Arboretum Avenue, one of the character areas of Lincoln. The name tells us this gridiron pattern of late Victorian streets lies alongside Lincoln's Arboretum, to the east of the city centre. It's one of the least changed and most coherent late Victorian districts in the city, laid out in a grid of 4 main blocks at the time of the city's eastward expansion in the 19th century. It was built on former farmland in a relatively short period of time, and the building plots and streets in the area often follow field boundaries we find in early 19th century maps. Much earlier periods have left their traces as well. Monk's Road, the southern boundary, follows the line of an east-west road dating back to the Middle Ages and the Roman period before it. St Clement's Passage in the west of the area is a footpath dating from the 13th century. The earliest buildings were in Vine Street and date from 1878. Like almost all the houses in the area, they were built in Albion brick, a local brick manufactured just above West Common, though this is in some places now hidden under render. Originally, they were roofed with Welsh slate, now in some places replaced with concrete tiles. Building continued until the early 1900s, and during this period, several houses at a time would be constructed by one contractor. You can spot the different build units that make up a street by looking how the style of the decoration changes between groups of houses, how the bay windows and decoration in the eaves change along the streets. Differences between groups of houses, such as changes in colour and decoration, add a surprisingly varied character to the townscape. Properties facing south onto Monk's Road are generally of 3 stories, including some shops, with living accommodation above. Their larger scale recognises the prominence of the road, as does the fact that they frequently have their gable ends facing the road. Apart from the shops, this was an exclusively residential area, offering a relatively higher class of accommodation, the result of improved housing standards throughout the city in the later 19th century. The houses are noticeably larger and more ornate than their counterparts to the south of Monk's Road, and they have deeper forecourts too. Houses to the south were nearer to the factories across the other side of the river, making the upper slopes of the escarpment a more desirable and affluent place to live. In the area as a whole, there is a changing pattern in the scale of houses, often due to their location on street corners, or facing Monk's Road, or with views of the park. In addition to their scale, houses are often distinguished by decorative elements such as gable ends facing the street and differing styles of bay and dormer windows. The area has a steep slope north to south. This produces a characteristic stepping, which accentuates the repeated form and scale of the terraced houses. This can particularly be seen in the pattern of roofs and chimneys, as well as in the facades of houses facing the street. After over a century of occupation, houses in the area have been adapted to the changing needs of the residents that have lived in them. Many features, such as rainwater downpipes, doors and windows, have been replaced with modern plastic substitutes. However, a number of houses have retained their original fittings, such as the wooden sliding sash windows with their more delicate frames, or the various colours of wooden panelled doors. Despite recent alterations, the overall character of this late Victorian suburb survives today, with its strict pattern of streets, strong building lines, and variations in decoration and built form. This video is one of a series exploring the sense of place of the many distinctive areas of the city of Lincoln. Explore the Heritage Connect website to find out more about this or other areas of the city. As well as many videos, you'll find a huge amount of further information there. But best of all, wherever you are, keep your eyes open for more clues to the city's fascinating history.